Welcome back, everyone, to your favorite Pirate Wolf Boy, SilverDFanng, saying more YouTube reactions. We next got ADHD Fixations by Raxdflipnote. Really short video, but really cool minimalist animations. The dude talks about his ADHD stuff as a kid. It's very fascinating. I really enjoyed it. Have fun.
I have ADHD, which means I'm better than everyone at video games. There's been an ongoing trend in my life where I get really fixated on random hobbies or collections or skills for a very small amount of time and then move on to the next thing. I've never been able to force myself to enjoy something or pretend that I like something that I really don't. So whenever I realize I'm not enjoying something anymore, I just stop doing it. As you should. When I was younger, my ADHD was a much larger issue.
Is that ADHD or is that just being happy?
Especially in school. I had the usual problems of not being able to focus well and tuning people out unintentionally. So I had medication I took up until about the 10th or 11th grade. When I got older, I just didn't seem as affected by it compared to previous years of my life, so a decision was made that as long as my grades weren't being affected, I wouldn't need to take medication anymore. So for the last 10 years of my life, it's just been pure 100% unmedicated Raxdflipnote. On one hand, I still have ongoing issues and trouble focusing if what I'm trying to focus on doesn't really interest me. But when I lock in on something that I care a lot about, it's the opposite effect. I get hyper-focused, which can be really awesome for any passion projects I'm working on, and yes, that includes this video. That being said, when I find a new hobby I really like, it's like the entire universe revolves around that one thing, and no one can pull me away
I don't know if that's ADHD or autism. Could be both.
From it. I have 3 early memories of my first fixations. The first one happened when I was maybe 5 or 6 years old. I was obsessed with numbers. I guess it was a general fondness for math, but specifically very large numbers. Numbers so large that you couldn't even count to them, just scratched an itch in my brain.
We learned about that last week.
So at home, I tried to
numbers.
create the longest number ever just by stapling a bunch of sheets of paper together and going like 1 0 0 0 0 0 0 and adding zeros until I either got bored or ran out of paper. I had a drawer in our living room just filled with pieces of paper with zeros drawn all.
I believe that is like a horror thing. Like, I believe there's like a horror trope, small trope, but of like psychic kids or kids connected to spiritual forces. And like writing down zeros and it like becoming like, I don't know, some kind of like connection to like ghosts or something. I don't know, it's weird. I remember an episode of The Collectors that did this.
Over them. You would think I was completely deranged looking at it out of context, maybe even with context. Like some bit from a horror film or something. Yeah, our son really likes numbers. I also had a fixation on origami for a bit, which to be fair was just generally popular in the early 2010s. So it should be no surprise that it found its way to me in the 4th grade. One day, this kid in my class was making these simple little paper spinner things. You take 2 sheets of paper and fold them together into a little square or diamond shape, and you can make whatever designs you want on them. These became popular at school. Not super popular, but enough to where you would see other kids making them just for fun. I got absolutely obsessed with making them.
I kind of like that.
One day I brought like an entire pack of copy paper to school just to constantly make them. I became an origami factory. I remember getting in trouble doing them at school, and I had to start making them at home. At the end of the week, I had made over 200 of.
See, if he turned this fixation into a career, he could have definitely sold those to kids for like $1, and he would have a lot of money.
Them and put them all in a shoebox. That was it. It's just silly that I made so many. I kept that shoebox for a while after too because I was so proud of it. There was this other thing called Z-Ball that me and my 5th.
1 second. Okay. Putting you in the trash can ain't working. What's your hotkey?
grade buddy would make that was basically just a comic series of obstacle courses for a silver metal ball to go through. I remember our families went camping once and we both packed paper in our backpacks to make Z-ball stuff with. It was a core memory for me. We were really changing the game in 2011, man. And from there, the list just goes on and on. I've gotten into web design, claymation, stick fights, Rubik's Cubes, crocheting.
Nice.
Anyways, you get the point.
You got into... Actually, I shouldn't be surprised that the kid that got into origami got into crochet as a kid. Just, it doesn't feel like a kid hobby. Like, I know there's, like, crochet for kids, but no one buys them.
Probably talk about some of these in future videos, because a single video talking about every wacky or weird fixation I've had would be over an hour long. Just wanted to share some of these with you guys, and I hope you enjoyed it. Later.
That was the whole video? God. That was it. I'll be honest, that might have been too quick. I think you could have kept going, dude. That was kind of nice. Oh, 3 weeks ago, damn. Pretty fresh. Hey, thanks for checking out this video. Check me out on Twitch, SilverDFanng, 2 N's in Fang. Check me out on Twitter and Blue Sky under the same name. Also TikTok. Have a great night.